The Sign and Digital UK show is now the foremost exhibition for the sign-making and wide format industries in Britain. But is it a show, an exhibition, a chance to learn about the business, or a marketplace? Or is it a sum of all of these things?
The idea of the show is essentially to help the industry develop as a marketplace. And it brings everybody together. It brings the suppliers, it brings the industry experts and the users of the products at the show together to discuss how they can develop and take the opportunity further. It's also a great networking event, of course, and we like to see people actually meeting and greeting. They haven't seen each other all year, and it's fantastic. The bars are very busy, the cafes, and also the networking opportunities as well in the seminars and workshops. So it's a great event from that point of view.
For the visitor, it's a chance to learn about what's happening in the industry and to see new products.
Obviously based in Birmingham, it's a show that you can't not go to, certainly to keep up with the latest technology advances. Certainly in the print sector that we're attached to, it's great to see that the print industry is now starting to be covered there. So yeah, it's a great show that we always look forward to. And not only just me going, but actually also the staff as well. I quite encourage lots of staff to go, that don't necessarily get to see and read the latest magazines. It gives them a day out, and something that actually makes them a bit more passionate about what they do. We're all busy people, and I think it's really important to actually take the time out in the diary and get it in the diary and make sure that you do go and actually turn it into not only just a fact-finding mission, but why not turn it into a social event as well with some of the staff, because great team building away from the office for a couple of days and visit and enjoy the delights of Birmingham at the same time. We can all Google, look on the internet as to what's around, look through the magazines, but actually just to touch it, I think makes a big difference. And at least you touch it, you seem to remember it a little more as well. And when we're talking to our clients, I think it's really important that we've actually got some belief in the product as well. So to actually go and touch and feel it, I think is really important.
You could say tradition. The show's been around a long time, and it's evolved over the years. But it's a great opportunity to actually to meet with the suppliers. We're great believers in people that buy people. We like that with our own customers. So we actually take that across to the show. You actually get to talk to the people who are actually providing the products, and you actually get to see how things actually work, actually in situ. It allows you to compare the machinery you've currently got with what's now coming onto the marketplace. You can see how the profiles work on the new materials, and actually gives you a chance to judge when and if you should be reinvesting in the latest technology, because everything has a life expectancy, and we would all like to have the most modern, up-to-date product that we can, but sometimes the financial restraints within any business actually preclude that. But if there are quantum leaps, and sometimes those things are shown at shows, a great launch pad, it's an ideal opportunity to see them. And we like to think that we're an expert in our field, so actually these shows actually are bringing other experts together. So again, it's just a great environment for people to share ideas. And again, it's interesting when franchisees meet for a drink or a coffee, they'll actually then take somebody off to a show, or to a stand where they've actually seen a particular product or material that they haven't come across before. And again, it's that sharing of ideas, sharing of knowledge that's actually so beneficial. If the conversations you have, and that's the nice thing, you get to know somebody over a number of shows, and that's why we often go back. It's because you've built that relationship, and somebody will drop into a conversation that something's just about to come onto the market, or something's in the pipeline, and someone will run off to a cupboard and bring something out for you to actually to see.
For the exhibitors, there's work to be done.
There's a healthy rivalry between the various manufacturers. Sometimes it's the only time we see each other during the year. So a good thing about Sign UK is it's also the chance for the customers to network. So what you'll often find is the vendors will actually all talk to each other, whereas normally we kind of avoid each other like the plague. Have a laugh with one another during the setup. In the evenings, everybody forgets what's gone on during the day and just enjoys themselves. So there's a big social element, I'd say, as well as the kind of the kind of hard work of the selling the products actually on the stands. The key for us is really showing what the products are able to do. So we'll have application walls as well on the actual stand, so people can look at maybe vinyls and touch and feel the substrates and talk to experts about, you know, what they can and can't do with the technology. Because again, the thing for us is to make sure that the customer understands the cans and the can'ts. So if it's not the right product, if for example most of their work is an indoor work, they should buy a DesignJet product. If most of their work is an outdoor work and they want that flexibility, then buy a latex product. The great thing for us is we'll have both of those technologies on the stand for customers to see.
And do you, as an individual, enjoy the show itself? I mean, is it good fun?
Yeah, it is good fun. I think it's like all of these things. We have our targets to hit. You know, we have to look at always the return on investment for any show that we do. And again, being frank, you know, we don't do that many shows anymore. As HP, we tend to take customers to see the products maybe in Barcelona or at other customer sites. But Sign UK is one of those shows that we do. Because I think, as I said earlier on, you know, it's very much a selling show. Some shows it's kind of a show and tell. But for us, you know, you can actually look at the return on investment you get at Sign UK because people actually buy products from the show.
We see everybody who is in the signs and graphics business, particularly from the UK. Obviously, it's a mainly targeted sort of UK show. But we'll speak with sign makers, sign fabricators. We'll speak with digital print companies, point of display companies, people who are expanding their portfolio. I think that's a key thing for us as well. Over the last 12 months or so, we've seen people who are looking to diversify. They're looking to add another string to their bow for their business. They're not just reliant on one sales channel. They need to open up new revenue streams. They need to sell online. They need to sell rather than just doing big wide format displays. They want to do some sort of box shifty products as well, the things with pop-ups and things like that. So that lends itself to selling online as well. So we've seen companies that have been sort of doing one thing only now starting to do more than one thing and needing the confidence that comes from using structured software that's designed for them, for their industry, to help them actually grow and grow with confidence.
I like it. I mean, as I said, I've been at the show for, this will be our 20th or 21st year in various different guises. But yes, I think it's a good opportunity to shop front your company, you know, or my company, should I say, whereby, you know, each day you'll get a load of people coming into the show. Some of them will be existing customers, some of them will be new. And that's the great thing about it. You could never capture as many people as you could in those 3 days at your premises. Even if you held an open day, I don't think you'd be able to do that. So I think it's a great shop window certainly for us as Complete CNC Solutions to showcase our products in front of a big audience.
Thousands of people attend the show, and not just sign makers and wide format digital printers. There are all the industries that supply the businesses with materials, techniques and software. And there are the clients of sign makers and designers who come along to see the latest innovations.
It's been great for So Young. We first exhibited 2 years ago, and the main intent really was to open up our portfolio of products to a wider range of clients, and we've been really happy with the progress over the last 2 years. This year we're taking on a slightly different aspect, whereas we're launching some new products.
We have demonstration pods, so we obviously will have a Kongsberg table on the stand, cutting out pre-printed media and any media we can scrounge from any of the printers at the show. We make a relationship with everybody around us. And then we have demonstrators there who will demonstrate. It could be the CAD software, so it could be designing products in 3D, viewing them in 3D, because you can see it in 3D with the graphics on it, rotate it, check that everything works properly before you commit to print, and then our system sends a file to the cutting table and a file to the printer, and the two go same time, keep it synchronized, but it gets the production out.
We actually see more and more end users at the show, and these are big corporate names through to retailers, to visitors from the health sector, education sector, local government. And they come to the show to see what products are now on the market or just coming into the market. So they commission a lot of work out. So that benefits the sign trade essentially. So they've come to the show and they'll see a product and they'll go back and specify that product to their sign trade supplier. So from that point of view, more and more end users are coming to the show because they know that it is the showcase for new products and technologies.
Sign & Digital UK is the nation's #1 show for the signage and wide format industries. Clearly, it's at once hard work a showcase, a marketplace and a chance to learn about the latest innovations. So how best to sum up the show in just a few words?
Time is money, and if you can actually visit 60 plus suppliers in one day, why wouldn't you?
Sign and Digital for Epsom is about innovation.
It's a fun selling show.
Exhausting.
Exciting.
It's a day out, isn't it?
It was enjoyable, actually.
It's a must.